Hi Soul Fam, welcome back to this channel where we do tarot card readings and Reiki charged guided meditations. My name is Frances if we haven't met before, and I'm the founder and lead practitioner at For Noble. If we have met before and you've been here every week, welcome back. We have a little bit of a change up to the schedule. I think most of you know who have been here. If you're new here, a little announcement. I am about to have a baby, so the timing, which is normally every Monday for our tarot card readings for the week ahead, for the next couple months is going to be shifting to the first of the month, hopefully, and these readings will be for the following month. So this is our tarot card reading for June. We are going to be working with the For Noble Tarot deck. This is a deck that I created towards the end of last year, and it is just so magical, if I do say so myself. The intention behind it was to really combine all the energies of Earth, the ethers, as well as what it is to be human. And I think we did a good job in doing that, again, if I do say so myself. So the link to purchase this is in the description box below. It is designed for tarot card readers of all levels, and it also does come with a bonus course. My Intro to Tarot online course is included, which teaches you how to read tarot cards intuitively. It is not necessary to take that course in order to work with this deck, but you do get it when you purchase the deck. The deck also comes with a guidebook that fits inside the box for easy travel, easy storage, and it has some templates on tarot card spreads. It tells you how to work with your deck, and it also, of course, tells you a description for each and every card so you can begin working with this deck. Before we dive in, I want to apologize if there's a little bit of background noise. I have a dog and a husband home today, and normally the house is quiet. But again, things are changing and we're just going with it. So if you hear anything going on anywhere else, apologies. We can just stay focused right here. That is where I will be. So let's dive in, shuffling the cards. Working in the light and the highest for everyone here's greatest good and deepest understanding at this time. Keeping my energy on, cleansed and protected. Welcoming in my spiritual team. And each and every person here's spiritual team, no matter where they're watching this from, no matter when they're watching this. Good. Beautiful energy. All right, let's dive in. What do we need to know this month, June 2023? I can't believe we're already halfway through the year. Wowee, that flew by in some ways. It also has dragged on in others. But let's go ahead and pull cards. Again, if you're new here, I just hover my hands over the cards, feel which ones that are calling for us. I will show them to you afterwards. Sometimes I receive channeled messages that come through, so we're open. We are working in that light and receiving from Spirit. Let's dive in. What do we need to know for the month of June? Interesting. Okay, so they're splitting it up in 4 weeks. I actually have not looked at a calendar, so I don't know if there are actually 4 weeks in June. But kind of like when you think of a month, you think, okay, there's 4 weeks and it makes up that month together. And that's how this is coming through. So again, I don't know exactly if there are 4 weeks in the calendar of June. If so, we're going to apply these to those 4 weeks. Otherwise, roughly you can split it up however feels intuitively right for you. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is kind of our main focus for each of those weeks, and then we'll see if there's any additional guidance that wants to come through. Never want to force anything, but we will always be open to receiving. So let's start with that week 1, kind of this first quarter of the month of June. Okay, beautiful. Ace of Pentacles. I love that for the beginning of the month energy. So aces are all about new beginnings. which I love. June 1st, it's that fresh energy. We're coming into, a change in season depending on where you live, either going into summer or winter. So there's this new energy on the horizon. Even though that's not until later down in the month, it's still this feeling of newness. And with Pentacles, this is about the idea of abundance. This is also ideas. So June 1st, or this first week, while the energy is fresh, like new month energy, that's really what it feels like. Take the time to kind of check in and like optimize that energy. Now, I am getting a little hit that some of you are really not feeling that new month energy. It's kind of, if you have children, maybe it's, wrapping up the school year and you're like, oh my gosh, like I got to get all the stuff ready and all the things. Some of you may be wrapping up projects, but seeing if you can actually shift energy and tap into like June 1st, like new month energy, and really checking in again with your new ideas or new ways of doing things. So what are some ways that you can implement the mind in order to create new ways of doing things? So for example, let's say that every day you're really stressed out about getting all the housework done, right? This would be a really great week to sit down and be like, okay, what is not getting done? What is stopping me from getting this done? And what is a solution to fix this problem, right? Really using the mind to, and maybe the first question is, what do I want it to look and feel like? Then what's not getting done? Why is it not getting done? And what is the solution, right? So using that mind to come up with new ideas that you can implement in order to make life a little bit more, energized for you and like inspiring for you and ready to like get up and rock the day. Yeah. So that's that first piece. Second piece is Pentacles are about abundance. So abundance of all forms. So going back to that ideas piece, maybe this is, how can my life feel more abundant? So that always starts, we've talked about this before, with the question of, what does abundance mean to me? Because abundance, yes, financial abundance, but there's so much more to it, right? We have abundance of time, abundance of energy, abundance of love, abundance of laughter, abundance of joy as a whole, abundance of creativity, right? Whatever it is for you. So starting to pinpoint, where do I want more abundance in my life? Where am I ready to create and accept and attract more abundance in my life? And then how can I start implementing ideas, kind of that exercise that we did before with the example of the house chores, to actually bring some of that in? Because energy expelled is energy received, right? So with, I don't really love the word manifestation, but for lack of a better term, manifestation, I like to call it co-creation. So with manifestation, co-creation, it's really important that we are working with spirit, our spiritual teams, the universe, to bring about what it is we want. We can't just say, I want more creativity. Well, how are we going to be more creative, right? Maybe we need to take a painting class. Maybe we need to get our hands dirty in the kitchen. Maybe we need to arrange some flowers. Maybe we need to start writing, something that really can spark what it is. And then universe will meet you halfway. They're like, oh, you got the energy going. Amazing. Here you go. Here are all these other opportunities, and here's all this other energy. And now let's move together. Okay. So first week of June, this is very much about implementing new ways or re-inspiring ways of living that feel really good to you in terms of abundance, what abundance means to you. This does go into finances as well, so it could be a good week to do a financial check-in, to check in on your budgeting, to pay off your credit card, pay down your credit card, get the bills paid, kind of like clear things out so that the energy is fresh and ready moving forward. Okay, cool. Okay, week 2 of June. Okay, 4 of Cups. So the 4 of Cups, this card is about sometimes like missing things. It's a little bit around hyper focus. So this is very interesting because your team is like, you focused all of this energy here. Great job. And then they're like, okay, now wait. Now we need you to surrender. So week 1 is your action plan. Week 2 is your surrender, because 4 of Cups says sometimes we can get, if you look at the eyes, sometimes we can get too focused, and then where the third eye space is, we miss those intuitive hits. So week 2 is more of a hands-off approach, keeping your attention and intention on what feels good. Cups are all about feelings, emotions. And so it's important that instead of focusing on the and now I got to do this, and now I got to do this, and now I got to do this from the Ace of Pentacles, that's week 1, setting it up. Week 2 or second quarter of June is, okay, I've set it up. Now I'm going to be in it. Being the key word. I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to receive from this. I'm going to let go, let God. I'm going to allow this now. All my hard work and my effort I put forth, right? Energy expelled is going to now be received and attracted. I'm going to receive it back and I'm going to attract it back to myself, hands up, because I'm going to be living in a more intuitive state of being, allowing energy to flow in. I'm going to focus on what feels good, truly from here, my heart space, my third eye space, what feels joyful, what feels right. I can adjust the plan if need be, but this time of the month is more about the emotional being versus the mental doing, okay? The intention here, or the main message here, is that it's important that you are in the feelings instead of in the mind, so that the third eye space can really be heard, felt, and guide you. So maybe focusing a little bit more during the second week or the second quarter of June on maybe meditation or nature walks, journaling, receiving support from a healer, going to your tarot cards. This is a week of, tuning into the soul self versus the brain space. Okay, cool. Okay, week 3 or the third quarter of June, 8 of Swords. So 8 of Swords comes when sometimes we feel maybe scared or paralyzed in terms of where to move. This could sometimes feel like we are not worthy of movement because we don't know what's next. So what I see happening potentially is that, and this can always change based on the energy and based on your choices, but what I see happening here is that there might be times in your first half of the month where you're like, hey, I did all these things and then I'm supposed to surrender, but now I'm feeling stuck. So what is the middle ground? Your team is reminding you, just take a step forward. Just take one step. You don't have to do the whole big thing. The plan you created at the beginning might be a 5-year plan. Just focus after you've felt into it. Just focus on the very next step. 8 of Swords says that essentially don't get in your own way. Like inner critic thoughts might be rising during week 3. Self-doubt, comparison, fear. Maybe you're really moving forward on these things. And then you're like, oh my gosh, what's happening now? Now I'm doing the thing. Or like, now life feels really good. Now my house chores are getting done. What do I do with all this extra time? And your spiritual team is like, hey babe, you asked for abundance of time. We implemented an action plan to give you extra time. Now you have it. Don't let that make you feel stuck. Embrace it. You are worthy of what you asked for. Ooh, you are worthy of what you asked for. Let it come, right? So don't let yourself get in your way of your continued expansion, widening, forward movement, ascension, whatever word you want to use, and or the ability to simply pause and be in stillness without feeling stuck. Okay? So week 3, if you start feeling inner critic rise, or I should be doing more, or I am not enough, or who do I think that I am that I can do this, or I don't know what to do next. Coming to a place of I am worthy of receiving what I want, and all I have to do if I want to move forward, if being the operative word, is take the very next step. It doesn't have to be the whole long journey. It's just the very next one. Okay? I am worthy. I am capable. I am supported. Yeah. Okay. And then this last week in June here, or last quarter of June, we have, this is so funny. I was hoping this would happen. I'm giggling because in tarot, we have 5 suits. So we have the minor cards, which are comprised of the pentacles, the cups, the swords, and the wands. And then we have the major cards. But we pulled 4 cards here. And we have all the minor suits represented. So first was pentacles, then we had cups, then we had swords, and now, hello, wands. So 9 of wands, this is very interesting because this is similar guidance actually to the 8 of swords. In that we can be getting in our own way. Our inner critic is something that might be stopping us, causing us to feel slow, our worry, our anxiety. This could be related to what they were talking about earlier with 8 of swords, kind of our own internal world. This might also be stuff going on in our external world. I don't really use tarot cards for fortune telling because I think so much can change. We all have free will. But there might be something coming up at the end of June. I have no idea. More on like a global or even like a local scale. I don't know. Something. So TBD. We'll put a pin in that one. We'll see. It doesn't feel like super crazy awful, but that wasn't a nice way to put that, but it doesn't feel like super intense, just something like a shift. It could even be an energy shift, but something more external around the world or in the world around you. And so that could be causing a little bit of anxiety or worry in your mind. Could even have to do with, I think all of us are experiencing this, inflation, maybe something happens with that, maybe you're like really starting to feel the effects of inflation now, and it's like, oh, what do we do? Like, I'm not getting a raise, but everything's getting more expensive. Like, how can I live in this world, right? There's all these different things. I mean, we could speculate for days, but really 9 of wands is saying that even if you're feeling worry in the world around you, or in your internal world, in the inner mind, to just come back to this place of peace, maybe repeating a mantra: I am safe, I am secure, I am smart, I am supported, I am worthy. I am smart, I am supported, or I am intuitive, I am intuitively aligned, I am worthy. I am smart, I am intuitively aligned, I am worthy. Therefore, there is no need to worry. I am safe to live my life for me. So many of you are these beautiful empathic souls, and it feels like you have to help everyone around you. We don't always have to help everyone around us. Of course, family members, coworkers, XYZ, that stuff is important. But at the same time, we can't take the weight of the world on our own shoulders. We can only do what we can do. So, remembering that and knowing you have permission to refocus on the self and to refocus on your next steps or your stillness or what it is that makes you feel peaceful. But 9 of wands is really telling you that you are safe, and that a lot of the worry that you're feeling is more of like a heightened anxiety. So maybe coming back round then with 9 of wands, from Ace of Pentacles, where we started with the brain, 9 of wands, we want to go back to that brain space, check in, and actually implement the steps from week 1, week 2, week 3, mindset, emotions, and worthiness. Combine that together in a beautiful little package in that the end of June, and really making sure that we can, again, they're just saying like stay focused here instead of here. So this guidance is not the typical guidance with 9 of wands, but that's really what's coming through intuitively today, is when you're feeling that worry, knowing that you don't have to take the weight of the world on your own shoulders. It's okay to prioritize yourself and do what you need to do. Mind, feelings, and worthiness, knowing I am worthy of feeling good and taking care of myself, in order to then separate from the busyness in the brain or the worry that's going on and allow myself to simply just move forward, and or be still in my own life, in my own little peaceful bubble. Okay, so this is not to scare you like, oh my God, what's going to happen at the end of June? It could just be that one day you're like, oh, I'm feeling a little worried about, whatever it is today. It could be really minor. But it's also nice to know that this energy might be rising. It could just be a change that has happened and you're like, ooh, this is new. Okay, like I got to navigate this and I don't really know how, but I'm figuring it out. Like, okay, how can I find my peace, come back into my own stability in my mind, in my feelings, in my intuition, in my worthiness? Okay, I'm good. I'm safe. Everything's good. We got this. Yeah. Beautiful. So quick recap. Week 1 or quarter 1, we are going to be focusing on kind of the plan, right? What we need, what is not working, and what we want to implement so that things feel more aligned. And also, what is our idea of abundance and how can we be creating that? Week 2, being in that. So now you've made the plan, you're executing the plan. What feels good? What doesn't feel good? And how can I be in this and just exist in the energy I created, just putting my energy forward, knowing universe is going to match that back to me, and staying in a place of openness, maybe practicing a little bit more spiritual practices this week to keep that third eye space open and hear what my intuition is telling me about what needs to happen more and what needs to happen less. Week 3, you might start feeling inner critic coming up, or comparison, or fear, or confusion about how to keep moving forward. Again, this could be a really good thing, like things are really flowing and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting, but now what? So making sure that you are not getting overwhelmed by the whole big plan, but just taking it one step at a time and always remembering your worthiness. I am worthy of joy. I am worthy of abundance. I am worthy of happiness. I can do this. And then that last week, depending on if this is, internal worry or external worry in the world around you that might be causing you to be like, no, I can't. I am safe to prioritize myself. I am safe in general, like all is good. And I am going to make sure that my mind is cared for, my soul and my feelings are cared for, and that I know I am worthy of living in the joy and the peace of this safety that I am in. Even if it doesn't feel like that right now, I am safe, I am okay, and I can either rest in this safety and rest in this stillness, or again, similarly to Eight of Swords, all I need to do is just take one step forward to get me out of that busyness in the head. So, taking a bath, watching a silly show, just something to pull me out of that, and knowing that it's okay to, again, prioritize yourself and your own needs. Okay? Beautiful. Amazing, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited to be connected with you today, and I hope to be back July 1st. If it's not July 1st, it will be sometime, hopefully, in July. My baby is due. I'm technically in the delivery window right now, so it could be a couple days to a couple weeks. I don't know. We're trusting when she wants to come. But based on that is when I will be able to show up again for you. But please make sure, if you don't already follow me on Instagram, to do so there. My handle is FOUR.noble, NOBLE.healing. And I will be posting updates there and little extra things, again, should I have time and energy and space to do so. So thank you for being here. If you feel called to donate to what I call the love jar, I will leave my PayPal donation link in the description box below. This helps me to show up with energy for you when I do, usually every single week. Right now it'll be a little bit more intermittent, but I will be back towards the end of summer every single week. So if you feel called, I'm so grateful for every cent that comes my way. I always see your name and send you so much love and light. So thank you so much in advance for that. If you haven't already, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. That really helps me out and just allows for more people to see these videos. If you felt something would resonate with someone you know, please feel free to share it with them. And I'm sending so much love and light. I hope you have a beautiful month of June, and I will see you again soon.